Now for Leeds United, obviously back in the Premier League, promoted as champions of the Championship as well, and signings are already starting to make sure they are through the door, and there has been a few outgoings as well. But they are linked with a number of targets, high sort of big names, the likes of Fulham's Rodrigo Muniz, obviously Jamie Vardy as well briefly. But there's so much going on in terms of Leeds United, because there is a real fine margin between getting promotion, being so good, being such a great goal-scoring giant in the second tier, and then managing to actually stay up. They want to be the team and then the club that's most likely to break this curse of promoted teams going straight back down. It's obviously happened in the last 2 seasons. Can Leeds do it? Can Leeds break that sort of mould? This summer's going to have a massive impact on that, and Daniel Farke's going to have to plan for it to make sure they have the depth, they have the quality as well. That's the sort of key part, obviously. They've done loads of business across Germany and getting some players in there over the last few seasons with their links there. And, Daniel Farke's got a massive job on his hands to make sure that they are competitive in the Premier League. And, the summer reinforcements are going to be hugely important towards that. Dan, our Yorkshire correspondent. Dan, just let us know where Leeds United are, how they are feeling, in terms of confirmed signings, links, rumours, and then departures as well, because it's a massive summer window, and one that they feel ahead of the road they're going to have to get right to remain in the Premier League.
Well, Charles, Leeds United have already got going in this summer's transfer markets. Already they've brought in Lucas Nemecha, a striker from Germany, and they've brought in a defender in Biol from Udinese, and they look as if they're on the verge of bringing in another striker from Wolfsburg in Sebastian Bornau. So they've been busy, and they're certainly, obviously, Biol apart, looking to enhance their striking department. Obviously, last season, Joel Perrault was the Championship's top scorer, but Leeds probably want a bit more cover for him as well, because of course they know Patrick Bamford certainly struggles to keep fit and probably can't last too long in the Premier League and the demands that come with England's top flight. And obviously Joel Perrault, as much as he did well in the Championship last season, certainly he is unproven in the Premier League, never having played there at all. So it's probably wise and necessary that Leeds are bringing in strikers, and of course this is the second one that they're planning to bring in as well. Of course, Lucas Nemecha already arrived at the club now. He has said a lot of positive things about Leeds United and how he can't wait to get started, and how he's looking to score goals and add goals to the team. The Udinese defender who's come to Leeds as well, Biol, says he likes defending and he loves a tackle, and very much is an old school defender in that regard. And then when you look at the new potential signing that's coming in from Wolfsburg and Sebastian Bornau, it's very much a case of he's big, he's aggressive, he's physical, and I think Leeds are probably going for that sort of contrast to some of the talented, gifted players. Not to say that these players aren't talented and gifted, but they want perhaps a more physical player to come into their team to deal with some of the demands the Premier League might bring as well, and maybe have a bit of a contrast between some of the smaller, lower centre of gravity players. You look at the likes of Brendan Aronson, for example. You look at other players like Dan James as well, who perhaps these are really fast and gifted and tricky little players, but they don't have the physicality that some of the players they're bringing in may well do. So they're looking to bring that good balance and contrast of players, I think, in this summer at Leeds United. And of course, when it comes to players already staying as well, Dan James reportedly is on the verge of signing a new contract at Leeds United as well, which will keep him at Elland Road for the future to come. So Leeds certainly preparing well for life back in the Premier League. Obviously, as I say, having brought in 2 permanent transfers already and are on the verge of securing a third as well. You'd imagine, though, that wouldn't be their business finished yet. I think they could do with some full-back options as well. If Junior Firpo does depart Leeds United, then they'll certainly be short in that regard as well. So they'll probably have to bring in some full-backs. And then you could argue that their midfield is quite stacked. They've got Ampadu, for example. They've got Tanaka, amongst others as well. But could they do with someone else as well? Obviously, Brendan Aronson, he pushes up a bit higher. But do they just want someone else? And just to fill some more gaps with the depth they might need. Ilya Gruev, of course, is another good option that they already have as well. But certainly, busy times to come.